Okay, so everyone, thank you for being here today. Today we're going to do a strength session for runners. This session will actually be, yeah, not too difficult, but I will always show an alternative. So if you're like, no, I can do something more difficult, then no worries. I will also show the more difficult alternative. So there's something for everyone. If you have a question, I would like to ask you to just raise your hand in the chat, and then I will also help you. If also like you feel some pain or something, just let me know. The session, what we will do is, instead of doing the whole session, because that might be a little bit long also if you guys have questions, so we will do every exercise only one time. But after this workout, I will also send you the whole workout so you can repeat it at home. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that is really important, not only for running, but also for strength exercises, is actually to do some kind of warm-up. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a mobility warm-up. It's really not that long. We can also use it for running. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to swing our leg back and forth. This is just to really activate our muscles and to also get the blood flowing. So one side, couple of times, like 8 or 10 times, and then we switch sides. We do the same thing on the other side, also like 8 or 10 times. And then once we've done that, we're going to do, so we've done the side, but now we're going to do actually in front. So let me just see, yeah. So, okay, make sure you're not breaking anything, but we're just going to swing our leg in front. So really to also activate our inner thighs, so our abductors as well, which is super important for runners. Also do it like 8 or 10 times, more or less. And then we change again to the other side. Also 8 or 10 times. If at some point you feel that your muscles are not that responsive or they need some more, feel free to do a little bit more, especially with the warm-up. So yeah. Then also one more exercise for warm-up, especially for runners, is actually this one. So you go sit on your mat, and then you go twist on the ground. This is a very important warm-up as well for your glutes and also for your hip flexors, because a lot of runners, they have problems a little bit with their hip flexors. So this exercise will really help them to also loosen up the hip flexors. So that's it. Now you're ready to work out. So the first exercise that we are going to do is called, wait, I hadn't noted down here. So the first one we're going to do are crunches. I know this is an exercise that a lot of people know, but a lot of people also make the mistake of not doing it correctly. So we are going to do it correctly. The first exercise, crunches, is we're going to lay on our back. We're going to put our feet up in the air. But what a lot of people do is they're going to go like all the way up. But if you go all the way up, you really are going to also start pushing in your neck and in your spine. If you start doing this, you're not training your core, you're mostly like forcing your neck and your spine. So what we're going to do is feet in the air, and then we're just going to put our hands behind our head in the, our eyes are looking somewhere up, and then instead of like going to our knees, we're going to try to push our head up and down, up and down. So when you're doing, you guys keep doing the exercise, but when you're doing this exercise, you will feel that you're really engaging your core. If you're not really feeling that you're engaging your core, there is this one trick, And that is actually like trying to hold in your breath a little bit, because when you hold in your breath a little bit, then you're automatically already engaging your core. So, legs in the air, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, great. So this is exercise 1. Then to save a little bit of time, what I always do is I have my sets divided in 2 exercises. So this is exercise 1, and then exercise 2 will be the bridge. Why do I choose those 2? Because crunches are very much for your abdominals, and the bridge is very much for your glutes and hamstrings. So that's why to give my abs a little bit of a break, I will start focusing on my glutes, and yeah, to also just save a little bit of time. So the first option you can do is the easiest option, and then you're just putting your legs in front of you, just like as you can see here, and you're just going up and down, up and down. Really try to focus on pushing your butt up. If this is too easy for you, or you just want to make it more difficult, then what you can also do is just do it on one leg. Don't start putting your leg all in on the top, because that is just going to make sure that you're like back again, pushing from your back, from your spine, and that's what we do with one. Just slightly from the ground, and then you also go up and down, up and down, up and down. As you can see, what I do with my hands is I roll my hands on my hip bones, because for me that is a really great way to see if I'm not going to, like, you know, with my hips, if I'm not going to tilt too much to one side. So really be critical with this. If you decide to do it with one leg, like this, the one bridge variant, then you really are only focusing on that you really, like, you keep your hips straight and that they don't start going like this, because then you're also going to over compensate in your body and you're going to get injured. So let's do the bridge together. Let's do it 10 times. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, great. So actually, this would be your first set. So what that means that normally we would start doing the abs again, the crunches again. Once we've done the crunches, we will start doing the bridge again, and then we will repeat 3 or 4 times. But because everyone is a little bit short on time, I'm just gonna move over to the next set. And the next set will actually consist of side planks combined with squats. So I'll just show what you have to take into consideration when you're doing the side plank. So you're putting your legs in one straight line with your body, and then you're just going to push up, and then really make sure that you're not going to, like, put your ass in the back, but then really, like, the line you had before on the ground, you also stay the same line with your body. Okay, so this you can hold on for 20 seconds. After the 20 seconds have passed, you just move over to the next, at the other side, so here, and you do exactly the same. Once again, focus on pushing your butt to the front, not to the back, because that's to make yourself easier, but to really stay in the same line. Okay, so left, right, both 20 seconds. If you want to have it a little bit longer, you can do 30 seconds. And then the squats that I was talking about. So the first variant of the squats I'll just show you, is really try to have your shoulders, in line with your feet. So actually a little bit more open in my case. And then what we will do is we're going down, 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 down. But as you can see, I cannot go down as deep, which is not a problem. Some people can go down until here, some people only to here. But what we want is that we really feel until which point we feel tension in our butt. And once we feel that the tension in our butt goes away, that's actually the moment when we start compensating with our spine. So that's why it's really important to focus at which point you feel tension in your butt. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, if I go like here, then I don't feel tension in my butt anymore. So I have to stay a little bit higher and then go up. And go down and up. But it's also really important is that your knees go out, not in. If you have problems with this, if you feel that your knees often go inside instead of staying outside, now what you can do is actually using a resistance band, because this will help you to stay your knees outside, okay? One more thing about the squats. What happens a lot as well with people who don't have like enough flexibility in the ankles is when they start doing a squat, they actually start doing this. If you feel that this happens and you also feel that the tension in your butt, actually, let's say, if that one is still in touch, then what you can do is, for example, like a towel, maybe even like a weight or something, just to put it on your ankles so your ankles are a little bit higher. But I would only recommend this if your ankle mobility is not that great. So to still keep on doing the squats in a great form. And then if you feel like your squats are perfect and you don't need to make it anymore, and you want like a level up, then what you can do is, for example, go squat and you jump up. Squat and you jump up. Squat and you jump up, right? So this is actually like a variant that I would really recommend for runners especially, because you will start adding a little bit more jump to it. And once you start adding more jump to it, that's when you're also really starting to work your fast muscle fibers, and that is really good for running. Okay, so the second set that we just did is the side plank left, right, and the squat open and close. Then the third set that I want to explain to you are the hip dips and the lunges. Okay, so the hip dips is actually you start go, wait, I will go the other side. You go into a plank position, like this, and you start going left, right, left, right, left, right. So why is this a really great position? You guys can keep doing the exercise. It's because a plank is really great for your core and to really engage your whole body. But when you start adding the left, right exercises, it's a great way to also really start working the transfer obliques. So that's why we really want to work some different muscles than we worked before, and therefore the hip dips. So yeah, that's for the hip dips. There's not really a way to make those more difficult, but if you do them like 20 times, you will really feel the burn. Another one exercise, strength exercise that is really good for runners is the lunge. So the lunge, I will show you. So you start here, and then actually what you do, you just step in front, you go down, but what is really important is that your knee doesn't go over your foot. So that really your knee is actually in line with your big foot, and that you go down and up and down and up. What you can also do instead of like this is that you take a step forward. That is sometimes a little bit more difficult for people just to see where they have to put their foot. So if you're not really sure about your form, then I would actually advise the first version that I showed. So you put your first foot and your back foot always goes back. First foot and the back one goes back. Okay, so this is the first version. If you are like, this is maybe like a little bit too easy for me, then what you can also do is actually this one. So you go into a squat, a lunge, and then you do a calf raise, and then you come up. You go into a lunge, calf raise, down, and up. Because runners, we also use our calves a lot. So that is also the reason why this set includes that. But why also the last set, we're already to the last set of this strength routine, is a exercise fully focused on your calves. So it might seem not that difficult, but if you do it enough, what I would advise, if you can have like, I don't know, a child, water, some weight, I don't know, something, your arms is always like a little bit better, but actually very simple. Just this exercise on your this 20 times. Especially if you do it at the end of your workout, when your legs are already a little bit tired, you will really feel the burn. And then for the people who, when they run a little bit on the front of their feet like I do, then what actually they should do is bend their knees a little bit, and then this exercise. Why should they bend their knees a little bit? Because when they bend their knees a little bit and then do this exercise, they will be working more the soleus. And it is especially the soleus that is working a lot when they are running on the top of their toes. These are actually the exercises that I have prepared for you. I know we didn't really do the workout together because that was just with time not really possible, but I will send them over to you so you can do this routine. This routine in total takes maybe up like 30 minutes. So it is a great way to do every week. And if you do it every week, you can really feel you getting strong as a runner. So